Okay, this is Dr. Jerry Choi from the College of Business, and I would like to open the issue of the IRB and the research ethics issue on this campus. And unfortunately, for many years, we raised that issue of the IRB. But however, so far, we do not have established the IRB process on this campus. So, for example, a few years ago, and we started collecting the data from the students or something. However, unfortunately, we ORSP and the IRB do not have that IRB process, and we solely dependent on the Kean USA IRB. Probably it takes around 4 or 5 months to get IRB approval from the main campus. So unfortunately, we better to think about establishing the local IRB office on this campus to perform the quality research. What do you think?
This is the first time that I'm becoming aware of IRB bottlenecks here. I was very much aware in the first year that I arrived at Kean Union of IRB bottlenecks there. So I'll tell you what we did there. And one of you was heavily involved in trying to work on this, particularly through the student side. And I'm sorry, I can't remember who that was, but it was enormously valuable help. What we did was to streamline the IRB process, to add people to the IRB so that there were more hands-on and available to review applications. We expanded the expedited category, we didn't expand the categories, but we expanded the committee's ability, the board's ability, to understand what could count as expedited or even exempt in certain circumstances. We created a new timeline. And to the best of my knowledge, because I haven't received any complaints on the union side, it's working on the union side. So if I don't know if since September of 2022 you've been through that process, but it would make, setting all that aside, it would make sense to me to have an IRB that lives locally. And I've always been a fan of relatively closer to the ground IRB processes when those can be harmonized and made compliant with all of the human subjects protection protocols that we need to see. That's obviously a sine qua non of making that successful. But I'd love to hear more at some point about what hiccups may remain, because I can say with some confidence right now that we have moved the needle, and in fact we saw the results reflected in a particularly robust research day presentation from the graduate programs in our health sciences college, which had the major problems with IRB, and all of those were cleared up.
Yeah, I will update that.
Okay, thank you.